Hey, Max here, and I got a hot topic to talk to you Star Wars fans about. Maybe you Star Wars fans that like things explained by Star Wars Explained. Or last week in Clickbait, and how it's actually clickbait. And I have a lot to say about it. And you probably are like, wow, Max, this is a topic I never thought you would cover because of your videos. But guess what? That's why I give the warning, and I think if you talk about it in the video, you can have it as a thumbnail and clickbait. And guess what? The internet is clickbait. You're watching YouTube. This isn't a news channel. And guess what? News channels use clickbait too. So I find it extremely disingenuous and hypocritical for big YouTubers to complain about clickbait. And that's what we're going to talk about. And I might make this a weekly series. And I'm not going to be disingenuous and say I'm not. Because that is so lame. And I got to get to the disclaimer because this video, warning. I was ranting right away. This video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and a Mad Max. Where's your sources? Fact check the internet. Do you know how silly that sounds to fact check the internet? All these channels, news media does this. You know what? I'm not getting into politics here, but fake news is a thing and it's across the board everywhere. I do not fact check. I do not include sources because it's a ridiculous attempt to fact check the internet. Collider, Movie Talk, all of them use clickbait. They all talk about things that aren't confirmed or they wouldn't have a daily show. If you only go on what Lucasfilm officially puts out there, you're not going to have a show. That's just about it. Love it or hate it, it's a reality of the internet and YouTube. You're watching YouTube. Imagine that. But here's the series that is one of the, and I do not follow Star Wars Explained. The only reason I know about this was I was watching a Geeks and Gamers video today. And I'm not, this isn't a video saying, oh, I completely, I'm defending Geeks and Gamers. I'm just saying this guy here is the most disingenuous and hypocritical person I've seen on YouTube this week. I like YouTube. I didn't search that far. I'm sure there's someone that's worse, but this is ridiculous. And this whole series is ridiculous. So, last week in Clickbait is actually clickbait. In Star Wars Explained, explained. And the lamest call-out vids from the most boring Disney Star Wars fanboy I've seen on the internet. Where is your source? Check your sources. You can't say that. You are just doing this for the views. Guess what? Like it or hate it, we're all on the internet right now. And YouTube is a great platform. Plus, who was claiming to be a news channel? And even if you were claiming to be a legit news channel, do you know how much clickbait news there is? On news channels, they make their most money by doing clickbait. So, I'm not defending Geeks and Gamers video, but you put them right next to each other, he is giving an honest reaction to something he read on the internet. And I, for one, don't think he has to check anything. So what? He gave a reaction. He did a follow-up video. It's not a gotcha moment, and this guy is trying to say it is. Collider, Campia, do you see the titles of their videos and thumbnails? They are getting more and more clickbait, and it's actually working for them, and their numbers are finally coming up for Collider because of it. Internet and clickbait, a necessary evil. Get off your high horse, pretentious and boring Disney fanboy. Disclaimer, when someone gives a warning before you call me a Disney show, guess what? You're a Disney show. Who smelt it is who dealt it. And this is what he has the audacity to say in his video after criticizing others. This is why I decided to make the video. Not because he has a series saying it. It's because he's so hypocritical in the beginning and the end of his videos. I wasn't really planning on this being a regular series. And I hope it doesn't turn out that way. That's clickbait. He's enticing his viewers to ask for it and to say, oh, please do it or please don't. I wasn't even going to talk about it. Well, guess what? You are. If you don't want to talk about it, don't talk about it. You are probably saying to bait your viewers into commenting and getting engagement on the video. And people that are not your fans. That's another way to bring attention to yourself. And you know what? Transparency. Maybe I'm doing that too. Who cares? This is the internet. This is YouTube. It is misleading. Anyway, that is for this episode. Let me see here. I really honestly hope I do not do another one. But then right after he says that, if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon. Again, Clickbait for all your social media and ways to support him. Clickbait, the discussion and the argument about it is subjective. That's one thing Campy goes subjective, subjective, subjective. Everything on the internet is clickbait. It's just varying degrees. So, this is a silly argument. Now, as of episode 3 of the series, he again says, I don't want this to be a series. I don't want to do it. Then don't do it. There's a reason he's doing it. It's the silliest argument ever. But as of episode 3, he has t-shirts. Last Week in Clickbait t-shirts that you could check out and buy. Or Speculate Responsibly. Wow. You honestly do not want to do a series, but you have a t-shirt you're selling as of episode 3. And I'm not saying I'm above reproach. I'm not on a high horse either. But like this guy's claiming. But the process of making a video, titling it, and releasing a video is a process of making a clickable, desirable video, and a good video has clickbait. Who are you to say what is acceptable? That is subjective, because most of YouTube uses clickbait. If you do not want to use it, don't make a thumbnail for your video. This argument is silly to me. Now, maybe you say that's more clickbait than other videos or thumbnails. That's an argument. But now he's talking about himself, so he's getting views on the same subject. Here's something else explained to you. Star Wars Explained, and why the pro-Disney and pro-Disney Star Wars channels are complaining so hard right now. It's because people are still talking about Star Wars, and the trending thing now is to talk about how bad it is. So this is how to have both sides and get eyes on both sides of the argument. That's why he's doing it. He 100% wants to make this a series. And guess what? Here's some numbers for you. And again, I'm not defending Geeks and Gamers. I'm just saying he was given an opinion. Oh, well. He's not claiming to be a 100% news channel. But if you're going to call someone out, you deserve criticism yourself. And you know what? I'm not immune to it either. You could criticize me too. If you want to talk it out, comment below. Star Wars Explained subs are down 24% and views are down 15%. Geeks and Gamers subs are up 11% and views are up 71%. So here's something explained. He knows what's trending now, and that's why this series exists. He's going to try to call out people that are against the way Star Wars is going because he realizes what's trending and his views are down. Because as much as people on the internet want to say right now, the fans that are upset with Star Wars, I think, is a larger section than the people that are for it. And that's what here's what's explained. He finally realizes it now, and he's maybe, I don't know if you viewers know of other channels that are doing this now, complaining about the backlash, pro-Disney and pro-Star Wars channels that make their living having a Star Wars video every day and are invited to all these events. please let me know, because I really haven't watched this guy's channel besides this, but his video was so disingenuous, I felt the need to make a video on it myself. Okay, and even though he says he is above this kind of video and he doesn't want to do it, he now has a video on it. Is that a coincidence? No, it's not, because Star Wars is trending, and it's not the vids that are praising it. So likely this is going to be happening more and more. The biggest disingenuous thing big YouTubers do is complain about clickbait. I'll admit it, 100% I use clickbait. The internet, clickbait, YouTube, reputable sources, claim a source, everything is rumors. That's actually why I started doing these types of videos. The rumors that all fans that hated The Last Jedi are racist and male chauvinists. When that was coming out, that's where I felt the need to start my series. And the Colliders in Campia claiming, I know a guy. I shouldn't say anything. How do you fact check that? If you're really saying you should fact check everything before making a video, it's a pointless endeavor. I do not include sources because it all comes from the internet. And the internet is all about rumors and opinions. So get off the high horse, you pretentious and bland Star Wars channel. You may have gotten 400,000 subs by pandering to everyone, but pandering is also boring. Just like your channel. And guess what? Here's something explained to you. You can have 400,000 subs and your revenue can go down if you're not ahead of trending topics. And that's why this series exists. And guess what? He's already thinking about next week's episode. News and TV's reports on rumors. Now this may be, if you want me to cover this, because I have a lot of opinions on this, and this is beyond entertainment. This is real hot topics in the world right now, because TV reports on rumors, they show mass murderers' pictures 24 hours a day for ad revenue. I'm not going to go into a gun debate here, and I think there should be a discussion on it. I don't like going into politics, but speaking murderers' names and trying to show why killers kill is big business, and that is clickbait of the highest degree. And adds to violence more than anything. There's things in there to have violence in the world, but constantly talking about a 24-hour news cycle showing murderers' pictures on TV is clickbait. And that's the most disgusting clickbait ever. And that's where news channels make most of their money. When tragedy happens, there should be a more, I don't believe in censoring anything, but there should be a more responsible way to report on this type of stuff. And I think that's the biggest issue right now in the world. That's where you should be complaining about clickbait. All the entertainment news was first to report about a very small group banding together to downvote Disney movies. And I'm not going to lie, on the Facebook group for Black Panther, there was. But put it into perspective, the Colliders, the Campias that reported on it, when they reported on it, it wasn't confirmed. And that was a small group. They all ran with unconfirmed reports. There's a much bigger group boycotting Star Wars movies. Do they report on that? No. It's all spin and conflict of interest. This guy has been to multiple Disney events as a media guy. There is a conflict of interest and bias there. Of course, he wants the Disney backlash to go away because he wants Disney to keep making stuff so he has something to talk about all the time. My series is all about rumors and speculation so we could talk about this stuff because it's fun too, and that's how I talk to my friends. And you're my friends, you're not my fans, you're not my subscribers because I don't ask for it. I just want to talk movies and I want to talk about hot topics. So, I do include that. And an entertainment news channel is talking about reputable sources is crazy. That's why I have a video on it now. The shills for Disney and Disney Star Wars are realizing what's trending. And that's what this is about. He's not happy that a channel with a fraction of subscribers to his is getting better views than his. And that's why you also have big names at the top flip-flopping on their position. The biggest YouTubers have a video for one topic and then do a separate video on the opposite side of an issue, so they show up in both searches. That's all it's about. Here are some more call-outs. PewDiePie new racist videos are trending. In my opinion, he completely knew what he was doing. And you know what? Google Preferred isn't cool. He got kicked out of Google Preferred, and now he's more popular than ever. And Logan Paul knew exactly what he was doing, in my opinion. He knows what's trending too. The subject matter, and I'm not going to comment because I actually think that is disgusting what he did. But it's trending. The biggest YouTubers are the biggest culprits of clickbait, and they revolve their whole channels around what's trending, and they make it seem genuine, and it's the most disingenuous thing you could do. And the biggest names are the biggest culprits. I'm not saying every single one, but, you know, do your research on the biggest names on YouTube right now. And let's go to Logan Paul. People at the bottom suffer. He makes more now than he ever did. And you know what? YouTube still takes their cut. Did they like suddenly donate their cut of his videos to charity or something? No, it brings eyes on YouTube. So as much as they publicly, slap on the wrist, does he still have a channel? Does he make more money now than ever? Yeah, put things into perspective. To be completely transparent, I do have my AdSense on. I'd like to make a little, but I'm not greedy, and that's why I say no to Patreon. Anyone, and I mean anyone that says they are above clickbait and what is proper to monetize and then follows up with visit my Patreon is a hypocrite. It's a desperate plea for clicks. Here's a YouTube secret. You can have I commented on this. You can have hundreds of thousands of subs and your revenue could be down. He wants people to oppose his video and engage and comment. He's looking for viewers that don't agree with him to get his numbers up. So, what's trending now in Star Wars? Star Wars is trending, but not the people that are praising it, and that's why his series exists. And I completely think he's disingenuous for saying he doesn't want to do it. So, that's why he wants this to be a series, believe it. And you know what? As long as he makes a series, I'm going to do a weekly one too, because this is the most hypocritical and disingenuous thing I have seen on YouTube this week. I don't want to do this, but visit my TeePublic page for a t-shirt. Yeah, okay. Now you have a video on it, but you're above it. If you're that much above it, don't make a video on it. That's my opinion. Here's proof that I'm not above it either. Because you know what? I'll criticize myself too. But you know what? I talked about Ryan being done, and I think he is done. It's my opinion, but there you go. And I like the porg with the little X's on it because I don't like porgs. Because you know why I don't like porgs? Because how they treat Chewbacca's character, and that's the only scenes he has in the movie are with porgs. Chewbacca should have a greater story arc in The Last Jedi. Chewbacca is a great character, and this was lame to treat him like this. And to turn him into a vegetarian. That's what it's about. Okay, now let's get to the viewer comment. Llewellyn2844, thanks for your comment. I appreciate all your comments. I try to include one in every video. So keep them coming. It's beginning to look like Solo series is being used as a showcase for Emilia Clarke's character, with Han as a meek supporting character. And here's spoilers for Solo for you. I do think they are planning that, and the news about the character that signed on for sequels, I think, is her. So there you go. Trying to push a new character on us, which I don't think is a wrong thing to do, but I think it's wrong if you're making a movie about Solo. It should be about Solo. The movie looks good, but it's a trailer. And here's something else I'll say. Trailers include the best moments. So if that is the best acting he does as Han, the movie is in serious trouble. Because the lines in the movie, in the trailer, of him trying to be Han are cringeworthy. Everything else looks great, so I don't think it's suddenly going to get better when you see the movie. But thanks for your comment, and I want to remind you, don't be silent now. Rant on, my friends. This is the most important time in Star Wars movie history. And the guy from Star Wars Explained is finally realizing what's trending now. That's what that series is about. And this is where I want to remind you, you don't have to follow me anywhere. Patreon stinks. TeePublic, I don't have any t-shirts. I never will. That's another lame nickel and diming of viewers. Forget it. What else? The movie talk cam girls is I don't work for tips. I work for comments. You want to comment, you want to talk, you want to super chat, just comment below. So there you go. I'll see you on the next hot topic.